One of the barn was one of the barns, right?
All right, Al,
Big
we're
red
live.
barn? That burned down the barn?
All right, Danielle.
Oh, good.
The meeting tonight is for the conduct of town business by the town board. The public is invited to participate at the items marked on the agenda public comment. During that segment of the meeting, if you have a question or comment for the supervisor or councilman,
Councilman.
please raise your hand and wait to be acknowledged. Please state your full name and limit your remarks to 3 minutes. Thank you for your anticipated cooperation.
Pledge allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And have a moment of silence for all our men and women who fight for democracy across this country and our men in blue. And also for our assemblyman, Frank Scartados, a friend to this community, a friend to all of us on this board and everyone in this room. Let's have a moment of silence for Frank. Thank you. All right, guys, we got to make a motion to amend the agenda because we don't have someone that did the minutes on April 9th. So we're not going to do approve the minutes for April 9th because they're not complete yet. So we're going to table that, correct?
Yeah, so we're going to remove that from the,
We're going to remove that.
yeah, we remove it from
Well,
this.
keep it on,
Jen,
so
we
it's
could
there
keep
for
it on,
next
just say
week, just
table.
table
All
it.
right, tables.
And what was the other thing we wanted to talk about tonight? Oh, we're going to have a quick executive session tonight. So at the end of the meeting, before adjournment, I want to add number 13 for executive session on a personnel matter and the PBA. And we're going to be inviting the chief in with us. Have a motion?
I'll make that, go ahead, I'll second it.
I'll motion that.
And I'll second it.
Any opposed? Approved. All right, so we're going to table number 4. Authorize the payment of bills. So we have an abstract and a total, what was it, 49,000, right? Of $48,790.31. A motion to pay the bills.
I make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Presentations, we have no presentations tonight. Any comments on the agenda? No comments on the agenda. Number 8, we're talking about new business. I put this on there for camp salaries. There was a note that we all sent out through the weekend that we had to get this advertised, and I gave you guys a copy also. Everybody's got a copy.
Yep.
So we want to make this a public notice, and we also want to pass it that we actually passed it through a board decision. So youth counselors were getting paid way underpaid. We were actually paying some of these kids $4.06. I don't know how we actually even got kids to actually work. You know, the state minimum wage is $10.40 an hour now, so we really can't pay that. We don't have to technically pay minimum wage, but we are going to pay them at least $10 an hour. So I just want to make it known we're going to be paying youth counselors $10 an hour, senior counselors $10.50 an hour, and adult counselors $11 an hour. And I just asked for a motion to approve those new salaries.
I'll motion to approve those salaries.
I'll second it.
All in
Yeah, for
favor?
those kids. Aye.
Did we adjust the budget for that camp to reflect that?
Well, we're going to adjust the budget. That's the next thing I'm going to talk to you about. We're going to make another motion. I wanted to do it separately.
Okay.
So we actually also upped the camp fee from $95 to $125 a week per camper. This is going to help offset the cost of the increase in salaries. So I want to make a motion that we increase the camp fee from $125 to $95, from $95.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. So you got that. We're good. That's all I had on new business. You guys have any new business?
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right, we just have one workshop topic. It's talking about rec center. This has been an ongoing topic for us. We all know that through emails, and it's appropriate Ralph is here, that we did get an offer on Tomback. That is one that the board is going to consider through our emails. What I'm asking for is, you got the emails, we got an offer from Donald A. DeLuca, 35 Amsterdam Avenue, Glenmont. This client, he does sprinkler systems, installations, manufacturing. He's looking to purchase the building and then eventually add a 3,000 square foot addition for offices and storage on top of that. Got the whole printout of what they're offering here. So what I'm asking the board tonight for is approval to send this to our attorney, Ron Blass, to look it over and make sure everything that was in this proposal is correct and up to town code and town law. And then we come back next meeting if everything's good to have a resolution written up. And then the board would decide if we're going to accept the bid or not.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion to move forward.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes, aye.
All right, thank you. All right, so we're going to move forward on that. So Ralph, next meeting we'll have hopefully some resolution for you. There you go. But it's good. All right, and the rec center, I just want to talk about, me and Alan did meet, this will be quick, me and Alan did meet with Nick Pisa up at the Dome. We did look at the structure in front of it. It actually could work. It's actually split up in a way that it could work as a community center slash rec center. It's just that there would be a lot of renovations. There's a lot of wetlands around that property that we couldn't touch. And Nick wants to keep ownership, and we kind of explained to him we would have to have ownership in order to put monies into it. So there's a couple scenarios we went back and forth that we could consider in the future, but we'll see what Nick comes back with. He also looked at possibly donation of property also. We also were going to possibly ask Young's if they would also look into donation of properties. Me and Alan also looked at the park. There's a possibility of putting something at the park. And then anybody else that we could think of that might be able to, also the school district. And so from recreation, I've been talking to the people that go to Zumba and boot camp, and I possibly might meet them this weekend. If I get a date, I'll let you guys know if any of you guys want to show up. And they're concerned that they don't have a spot after the fact, and I told them, look, we're not trying to kick you out. This is going to be a process, even if it goes through. And in the meantime, we're going to, if it does go through and we don't have a space for you, we're going to talk to the school district and see if we could use the MES gym, which we do have I call it an account, but we do have an account with the school district as a town rec, and we can utilize the space if we want. So we could actually technically do that now if they wanted a space there. We could do volleyball there, like, you were talking about a volleyball. I know
Well, you should do it down here.
they used to do it here.
We used to do basketball.
If they
here,
really
too.
wanted to start another basketball and a volleyball league over this summer, there's no reason why we can't do that at the MES gym if you really wanted to. Now, they might have stuff that they're renovating, but that's stuff we could work out. So there's a load of possibilities for a rec center and a community center, depending on what goes on with the
Yeah.
Combat. So, unless you guys have anything else to add, I mean, that's
I'm
pretty
good.
much where we're
I
at.
pretty
with
much
that.
covered it. Yep.
All right, so correspondence, I looked in Al's folder, but the correspondence that she put in here is the correspondence that Al read last time.
Okay,
About the person talking about Gail on 130
Yep.
Mount Zion Road,
Yep.
appreciating what he did for them. So I'm not going to read it again, but a very nice note, right?
Yes, it was.
Always good.
Public comments. Anybody got public comment? Ralph, what do you got, buddy? Come up to the mic, please. You got to come
I'm
up.
gonna sit here for this one.
All right,
You
let's
can't
slide
sit.
the mic over then.
At least talking to the mic.
I'm
I'll
talking
give you-
into the mic, don't worry about it.
Come on.
No, screw the taping. That's what I say. Now, as far as this combat goes,
Yes.
are you going to put it up for a public referendum, or should we
Well, it's
start
automatic.
collecting signatures?
No, it's going to have to get signatures.
You're not, you could automatically do a public
Well, I
referendum.
mean, that's up to the board. That would be at the meeting next
All
week.
right, now, for the people in this community that don't realize, they paid for that building
Yeah.
through donations, through member item grants, through running of functions,
Yep.
and the building should stay within this town as a town property, the way it was intended. Supervisor Coupart was working very quick when it was given to him, given to the town. He had a contractor all lined up. And then November came, the elections, there was a change in supervisors, and the whole thing was put to sleep. Now, I look at it and say it's a building that has been in this town for over 40 years, and you should just look at it and say, let's keep it. About a year ago, the board voted 2-2 to not do another $250,000 grant, which would have given them $500,000 for work on that building.
No,
I-
wait.
That's not true.
That's
No.
not true.
Why isn't
There
it?
was no second grant. There's only
Only
one
one.
grant.
The other grant was,
There
the
was
other grant,
paperwork that had to be submitted, but the night of the meeting, you
It
weren't
was
here,
the same,
Scott.
it was
No.
the same money. I know what you're talking about. I read the minutes. It's the same money.
Well, that's
It's
not
two
what...
hundred and fifty
It's not
thousand
$500,000.
dollars from our assemblyman, our late assemblyman Frank Scartatos. As what we're told, that money is already set aside for us, even though Frank has passed. That money is still set aside for us. It's not specific for the Tomback building. It's specifically for any kind of recreational building we may use it for. So it's, I just want to correct you on that. It's the same money you were talking about, and it's not necessarily for
I would have to
Tomback.
go
And that
back
was-
over that
and that was-
because that
we
wasn't...
that was the-
voted not to
explained.
use it to redo the combat
Yeah,
building.
that,
That's what we
my
voted.
question at that meeting was, is it specific to just that building? The answer I got was a little ambiguous. We
No,
dug
we got-
into it,
Then we got the real
and
answer.
we got the real answer.
Right, and the other thing is, there's very few spots in this town that organizations can have meetings.
We're trying to change that.
Trying to change that.
What are you trying to change?
We're in design to do a rec center, Scott and I both, through a lot of research and some drawing ups and going to visit these places. This is gonna be a multiple use facility where, look at it, like
One
maybe
side.
do a gym the size of this old, what this was a gymnasium.
And why do
off
we
to
need,
the-
why do we need another gym?
I'm
when
not,
we have
you're
all
gonna have to
of
let
them
me
in the
finish,
school
Ralph.
district?
Ralph, you're gonna let me finish. We're gonna do a building about the size of this gymnasium that could host a bunch of different sports. Then off of that, we're gonna have a community meeting room with a kitchen and nice bathrooms. They're gonna be separated. There could be 2 events going on at once. It could host the seniors, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, other community project or groups that are out there. Anything you wanna do, knitting club, backgammon, bingo, whatever you wanna do. You can have basketball, volleyball, Zumba, dance, line dance, and whatever you wanna do. On this side, you'll be segregated, and the other group can go over
Be a
there.
door to go
It's
through.
going to be a facility that was designed to be a recreational
So if I
facility.
wanted to have a function, a dinner,
Uh-huh.
private individual, that's gonna be able to be used in that building,
Sure.
If you're,
It'll be a
If you-
rental fee, just like
if you
anything
pay to
else.
rent.
Rent the
Right.
park.
all right? The other is the attitude of this town board for the last 2 years or more has been strictly around recreation, parks, and what have you. Why do we need another gym in this town? We
Well,
have school
Let me
gyms.
answer that. Let me
Use
answer your
those.
question.
I can answer
The
that. too.
heck with the sports program.
First off,
We
let me
have
answer,
plenty
let
of
me
them.
answer the question is, I just said in my previous 5 minutes that we are looking to utilize the gyms of the school district if we can. If that's the case and it works out to where we wouldn't need to have a facility this size, then that would work out and we'd be fine. But if not, we want to have a recreation center. Now, I take a little offense to what you just said, that all we care about is recreation. And you know that, and you're smiling because you know that's not true. It's not a true statement, because I would say this board, and even the previous board, have done more to try to get economic growth in this town than any previous board that I'm being a little biased because I'm on the board, but I'm just saying, we have tried our hardest to get business here. The reason we want to sell Tomback because of what we did pass as a law, as the Route 9W corridor is a business zone, right? It's called the business corridor. So what we want to do is put Tomback on the business rolls, as in the tax rolls. The recreation community center that we've been talking about, we want to put in an area that's not in the business
It's
zone.
already,
It's in a rural zone.
Traffic
The
control.
the other thing, when you
So
talk,
I just take a little offense when you say you
Yeah,
care about recreation.
I'm gonna
I'll
bring
second
up-
that.
I'm gonna bring
I'll
up
second
another
exactly what
topic.
Scott just said.
4 or 5 years ago, a committee was appointed to look into the landfill, the, whatever you want to call it up there. The first couple meetings, we were moving in the right direction to form garbage districts. All of a sudden, that was put on the back burner. You, as a town board entered into an agreement with the county for 5 years.
We had to. You
Right.
know the whole truth
Right,
behind
wait a
this,
minute.
Ralph. What are
Now,
you
let me
doing?
finish now.
You were at that
Right?
meeting.
We could have been saving taxpayers money, because right now, as a resident taxpayer in the town of Marlborough, part of my taxes are going to run that transfer station. And don't say it's not true, if you take all of the costs.
Ralph.
No, we're not gonna
Ralph,
argue
We're
there.
gonna argue
Ralph,
with that.
you and I were at the same
We're
meeting.
losing less money than we ever did before.
We were at the point, we were still a year and a half away from even being able to recognize garbage districts, just through all the legalities, all the permissives, all the processes, all the meetings. We were told if we did not sign that contract, under no fault of our own, Ulster County, a little bit of mismanagement on funding, basically had to buy all new equipment. They said you're either in or you're out. If we chose to be out, we had already studied the idea of privatization of that place, and nobody would touch it with a 10-foot pole. So otherwise, we would have no services
So
up there.
now we're 2 or 3 years into this agreement. right?
Yeah, because it
Yes.
goes for 5.
And the committee has been put off and put off and put off about meeting.
I think we're
Because
meeting in
certain
May.
people can't meet certain nights. I think finally there's a date that's been set.
In May.
And we have to go back to forming these districts. If we have 2 years to do it, let's get this sanitation district.
I'm all for that. I live in this village, I see what my roads have done to my roads in my
Yeah.
town, and I agree with you.
There's-
That's the intent of the meeting, Ralph.
Where I live, there are 9 houses, or 10.
Okay.
I live on a
All
dead
right?
end with 5.
And to have
All right.
5 big garbage trucks come in, because
All right,
they
Ralph.
don't have.
We know
I
this,
think your
Ralph.
3 minutes is way up, but I'll give you one more thing. Anything else? You done it?
The other thing I do
All
want to
right.
mention,
Go
about
ahead.
the gyms and the schools. First of all, I don't know if you remember 6 or 7 years ago, where we weren't even allowed to use the gyms, and
I
we had to
remember.
get vouchers, and then we're held hostage by the school district, and then we have to spend more taxpayers' money for recreation. We don't want to do that. If we spend this money for this place, if we run into that again, we'll have our own place to do recreation. We don't have to worry about the school. And just like you always said, the taxpayers from the school aren't the same taxpayers from the town. So the people in Middle Hope probably don't want us in the gyms because they're only paying school taxes. They're not paying our land taxes, just like you're the opposite way. That's the problem with the whole
And
situation.
I don't think it makes sense to have people doing, line dancing, Zumba, fit club, all this other stuff, and 10-foot ceiling, drop-down ceilings. You put them in a room, nice hardwood floors. If they want to play basketball, they play. If they want to line dance, they line dance. If they want to have a dance, have a dance.
You saw the way those rims come down in
We
the
all-
old school here, yeah.
I mean, we know Ralph's opinion on Tomac. We all
And I
do.
respect
And
it too, Ralph, I do.
Because, look,
Put a lot of time in there.
you
I
put a
know.
lot of time into that building for many, many years. If it wasn't for you, the building probably wouldn't be what it is. I get it.
We all get it.
We all get it. We all appreciate that. But we all also understand that if we were gonna put the town hall there, we would be there right now.
Yeah,
Right,
that
and you
I-
know
Or the
that.
police station.
You
And
know
that
that.
I fault the
I
incoming
know what the
supervisor of
history
town.
is, and it
Now the
probably
current
should
Can't look
have done.
backwards, Ralph.
He's the current
So
supervisor.
we're just trying to move forward, we're trying to
The only-
create
the
businesses,
only-
and we're trying to create jobs in the town, so
I
let's
know
move
there's
forward.
going to be
We'll
enough
go.
signatures to require a
get
public
'em.
referendum. My only request is that it not be done in connection with a regular election, do it as a separate.
We don't want to spend extra taxpayer money like you want us to do a separate election.
We
We'll
have
see how
to,
it
we
goes.
will.
I mean,
So the general
we'll see.
election is going to get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, but here's the problem. You're just saying you want to, that's spending taxpayer money by doing it separately. You're talking out of both sides of your mouth with that.
I'm not talking out of both sides.
All right, let's go,
Resolutions.
resolutions. You got anything? That's it. No one else out there want to comment?
Jerry, you got anything?
I'm done.
We got a crowd tonight. Thank you. No, but again, Ralph, we do appreciate you, all right? All right, resolution number 40 says on
Yep.
here, right?
It's right.
Yep. So resolution number 40, to appoint part-time police dispatcher, and we're representing Al tonight, so it's going to say Supervisor Lanzetta proposes the following. Whereas the police committee has interviewed for the position of part-time police dispatcher, and whereas the recommendation of the police committee, as well as the chief of police, to appoint Beverly Appler as a part-time police dispatcher, now therefore be resolved that Beverly Appler be appointed effective immediately. And moves for adoption. Yes.
I interview and I also say yes. Yes.
Yes.
She left him on the bottom there.
Resolution number 41, to accept highway item bids. Supervisor Lanzetta proposes the following, whereas a legal notice appeared in the official newspaper of the town of Marlborough requesting bids on materials for the Town of Marlborough Highway Department, and whereas on April 16, 2018, all bids were open and read aloud, and whereas the Superintendent of Highway has recommended the awarded of the following items, and we all got that letter from Gail. JKN Trucking, item number 1, material hauling from Killarney East Kingston Plant to Highway Garage, $7 per ton. From Peckham Materials in Catskills, $12 per ton. Item number 2, asphalt hauling from Callahan, Port Ewan of East Kingston Plant to location designed by Highway Superintendent. 10-wheel dump truck per hour, $100. Tri-axle dump truck per hour, $120. Tri-axle dump trailer per hour, $145. Quad axle dump trailer per hour, $145. Item number 3, wash stone, item 4, at $22.50 a ton, material and delivery. 3/4-inch stone at $23 a ton, material and delivery. There were no other bidders, and moves for adoption. Yes.
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 Resolution number 42, to accept fuel items. Supervisor Lanzetta proposes the following, whereas a legal notice appeared in the official newspaper for the Town of Marlborough requesting bids for the town fuel needs, and whereas on April 16, 2018, all bids are opened and read aloud, now therefore be resolved that the following bids are awarded. Porco Energy Corp. propane at .10 cents over Selkirk, which is like
Where they get it from?
where they get it from, with all propane for the town park donated. Thank you again to
Yep.
Porco, right? Marabito, what is that, Marabito, right?
Mirabito.
Marabito put bid in at .32 cents over Selkirk for all town use. So obviously Porco is gonna be getting that bid. Marabito Heating Oil at 6.9 cents over Albany reseller tank car average. Porco Energy Corp. put in a bid at .10 cents over New York tank car reseller.
So Mirabito gets that one.
Yes. So Marabito is the winner on that one, and Porco was the winner on the propane, right? So, and it moves for its adoption.
Councilman Corcoran?
Yes.
Councilman Molinelli?
Yes.
Councilman Koenig?
Yes.
Resolution number 43, to accept the bid for the Dodge 2010 Charger. And Eddie did have us put it back out, and we did get more money.
Thank you, Eddie.
So there you go. Thank you, Eddie. Supervisor Lanzetta proposes the following, whereas all bids were open and read aloud on April 11, 2018, and whereas the following bids were received, Bernardo Scalamarati,
Scalamandra.
47 Alley
Mandre.
Road, LaGrangeville, New York,
Scalamandre.
12540, for $3,500. He was the only bidder. Be it resolved that Bernardo Salamandro be awarded the bid in the amount of $3,500 and moves for its adoption.
Councilman Corcoran?
Yes.
Councilman Molinelli?
Yes.
Councilman Koenig?
Yes.
There goes your card, Jerry.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Need a motion to go to executive session?
I make a,
Go ahead.
I make a motion to go to executive session.
Me too.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any business after it?
No.
We should be good. Adjournment.
This is just an update on a personnel issue that we're having.
Pause. Huh? That's still on? Oh, Scott usually stops that.